Okay.
All right. Welcome, everybody.
All right. Welcome to our weekly Black Lives Matter discussion. We're here every Tuesday, just going deeper in our collective healing around issues of, um, people of color, the Black community, and what they face. That's unique. And so we talked this week, and we want to discuss more deeply, like some of the particular struggles faced in the Black community. So one suggestion I was given was to look up, well, what are some of the statistics to this issue? And so I looked up like NAACP and the census, and saw that as far as one issue we discussed was a lot of people of color, Black people, growing up in single parent homes. And that's 2 times likely to grow up in a single parent home, particularly with mom. So I saw that, and then even starker statistics were the prison incarceration rates, 5 times, based on the percentage of population, 5 times more likely to be stopped by the police and incarcerated.
If you're Black.
If you're Black. And particularly around like even minor offenses, like when it comes to like drug offense, white people are much less likely. I don't know the exact statistic for that one, but a lot of the policing of drugs happens in Black communities and not so much in white communities. So we see that, and harsher sentences also given. So those are just like, when you look at statistically, you can see that there is like a societal issue. And personally, having grown up in New Orleans, it was just obvious. Like I had relationships with white and Black members of the community. And if I were talking to someone from the Black community, it was very likely that they knew someone who had been affected or even killed by violence.
Wow.
It was very rare for me to meet a white person who had the same experience. So it was very clear that we're all living in the same city and yet having like a different experience of life. That's just one example, but so we just want to go deeper in looking at these issues. And so I wanted to start with that. I think,
open the floor.
Yeah, open the floor from there.
Yeah. Well, as we were discussing the topic this week, we were also discussing how this feeling of struggle could have historical roots into all societies, and how they affected the Black communities. And what I was feeling into was that because of the way the society was built upon a history of slavery and segregation, it appeared to be equal now, but it was actually built on structures that could be detrimental to people of color, and even more to Black people. And yeah, basically like policing, prison, education, living in a poor neighborhood. And one of the things that we touched up as well was that the likelihood of an absentee father in the Black communities was more likely than in other communities. And I know Ray had some thoughts about that. Would you like to share?
Yeah, I just know that collectively, like this is a collective upset that everyone's experiencing with the masculine. As somebody who's a masculine who chose a female body, I really resonate with this one, and I just know that like there's something deeper here for us to heal as a whole. So for those of you who are watching, whether this like resonates exactly the way that we're describing it or not, just find the piece that is for you in the healing, and it doesn't matter what that looks like. Every single person healing along with us is helping us to heal this to the root. So I wanted to make sure we said that, and then bring that now to deeper healing. So I know we have Granville, who has some experience here with this kind of like upset, and open that up for you guys to go deeper there and to heal in this place. So Granville, how you feeling? I know this topic hit you hard.
You know what? I was fine until we started talking, and then all of a sudden it felt a bit like that. So just, my experience has been that my father wasn't present. And even with like looking at the male role models around me, they didn't show up well. And I was like, actually, what is that about? And I think part of it kind of led me into the feeling of there is something wrong with masculine and masculinity, masculine energy and masculinity. And part of that challenge for me is obviously I'm a divine feminine in a masculine body, which also kind of probably translated into me struggling against myself for quite a bit of my life. And it's just like when we started talking, like before our conversation, it felt different. And like feeling into the energy now, it just feels like a significant pain point.
Yeah. What's the feeling that comes up when you feel into like dad not being there or the men not showing up for you in your life?
So partly it's everything was a struggle, and partly it's I don't matter.
Yeah. Is that true? Do you not matter?
No, it's not true.
No, it's not. Yeah. And what do you need in this place to feel love right now?
Like first, I kind of need to just let go of the illusion.
Yeah.
Because I always actually had what I needed. I just always found a reason to struggle, even when things were going good.
Yeah. Do you choose to end your relationship with the illusion of struggle?
Yes.
Good. Yeah. And do you choose to forgive yourself? Is it okay that you ever experience struggle?
Yeah, I choose to forgive myself.
Yeah. Good. And how does that feel?
No, I'm just not getting tingles all over my body, but I kind of feel a little bit of a kind of pull on my right side, which I just know is attached to that masculine energy, or kind of feeling the absence of the masculine energy.
Yeah, and that could possibly be why you chose to be in a male body in this life, because you felt like, well, if all these men aren't going to be the men, the divine masculine ain't going to be the man for me, I'm going to be the man for me, right? Yeah, but
you actually, we can say it like that. It makes perfect sense. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's so simple. It's so simple. What, you have an experience you want to share?
I just said it. I feel it.
Yeah. Like, can you see that like your divine masculine shows up for you? Right? Because your divine masculine essentially is God, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that energy will show up for you. You choose to show up for yourself?
Yes.
Good. How does that feel?
Well, that feels good. You made my nose run, so it's clearly something else.
There's something deeper here. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely feels better. It's like, if I feel into that space, it's like there was a dual purpose to me showing up in a male body in this life. So one of those things was kind of be the man that I needed in my life. Also kind of protect myself, but also to learn to actually love the masculine.
Amen. Amen. The masculine is not a bad guy. This is what we're healing collectively, right? The masculine is not the bad guy. We see it all over media, where the masculine, like the evil energy, or the villain's always the masculine energy, the bad guy, and even the female villains are very masculine oriented in the way they dress or look, right? Yeah, and that's just not true, right? Yeah. Even like them, they get taken away, go to jail, right? We're seeing all that too. A lot of more men that get taken away from their families and go to jail, right? Going into the army and to kill people, essentially. Like, yeah, we can release this.
That's not in it to protect the country.
I mean, but still, it's bad. Like, there's this bad connotation to it. Like, you know what I mean? And like, the fact is that we can release this belief. I know this was a big thing for me too. You know, the masculine's not the bad guy.
And I think that's part of kind of the layer of healing that kind of sits at the collective in its space. Yeah. It's like little boys kind of almost taking on that energy when it's not theirs. When it's not a universal thing. It's not what they were called to be and are. So like, it takes a lot more. It kind of, that concept of it takes a village to raise kids. Sometimes when you're showing the wrong example, you have the rebellion, and the rebellion just leads to more of the wrong example. So I feel like it's just like it's an energy that just needs to be released, to also just let little boys know that actually that is not your birthright.
Amen. Divinity is your birthright.
Yes.
Yeah. And how are you feeling in this space now, Grandpa?
No, that feels better.
Good.
Like my whole back is relaxed now.
Good. Yeah. Whoever would feel called to, I'd like to take us deeper, if that's okay. Maybe Grandpa, maybe that's you. I obviously have an upset around still feeling like the bad guy. Like, even you just disciplined me just now on that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, well, first I want to check in with, before we move on to that, I just want to see if this is complete for Grandpa.
Okay.
Big one. Just make sure this feeling feels complete. So just check in with yourself, Granville, and just see if you feel complete in this space or if anything else is coming up.
I think there's still a little bit of kind of the energy of struggle.
Yeah, what is that energy?
I think I use that energy of struggle to actually motivate myself.
Is that a good motivator?
No.
Are you willing to let that go in exchange for peace and love as your motivation?
Yes.
How does that feel? Let's let that need for struggle go.
Oh, that feels a lot better. Kind of, yeah, definitely feels a lot better. Just like more relaxed, lighter.
Is peace enough? Is love enough?
So I know the answer is yes. Sometimes there's a part of me that goes no.
Yeah, why does it think it's not enough?
It's kind of that energy of doing it myself and having to do it by myself.
do you have to do anything by yourself? Are you ever alone?
No.
Who supports you? Who do you co-create with in your reality?
God.
Yeah. Just take that in. Is it easy or hard to partner with God and co-create with Him?
Now, when you ask me the question, it feels like the easiest thing.
Yeah. Is there anything God can do or can't handle?
No.
No. Do you choose to accept His full support and love?
Yes.
Beautiful. How does that feel?
Yeah, it just gets lighter and lighter and just more peaceful.
Beautiful. It's the energy of being fully supported and loved.
Yeah, that feels a lot better.
Good. Is there anything else this part of you wants to feel fully loved here?
No. No, this feels good.
Good. Yeah. So let you integrate that full support from God. Beautiful work.
Maybe before we do raise healing, we want to invite anyone to share their thoughts about what Granville just healed.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's a big one.
Hmm.
Or if anyone resonated with that healing of being alone versus co-creating with God. Very peaceful about it. Like, yeah, let's co-create with
It just
God.
feels like it went very quiet, but not like silent, like it's uncomfortable. The world just feels like it went quiet. Like another layer of noise has been removed.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, it does feel like that. Like there's no, like there's no need to struggle anymore. No need to prepare for fighting.
Right.
It was quite big. Yeah, thank you, Grendel.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's a core piece in our healing we're doing together, because this has been such a, as we know, something, as Yureen said, it's historical. It's been around for a while.
And it's always been like a fight.
Right. And it can feel like, well, is this ever going to change, right? But the more we invite in God and we move forward with God, well, what can't God handle? Like, why couldn't God heal this if we ask, if we choose it? So beautiful.
But I feel like touching upon right now is like another layer of that history of hurt.
Yeah.
What I was thinking is that when a child was born in a plantation and he was a slave, he didn't get to live with his father, either because like his parents were both slaves and they were not allowed to be together, live together, and so the father was not around to be with his child, or like the worst thing that could happen was that the mother was raped by a Northerner, by a white man, a free man and had a child from the non-consensual act. And so, yeah, it feels like there's something hurting there. Yeah, and I just wonder how deep history can impact us, like how deep the wound can be, that I still feel it, like so many centuries after.
Yeah. What are you feeling? Do you want to go into that space? Or?
I feel upset. I feel like it's an injustice. That as a Black woman, I'm more likely to grow up without a father, a present father figure.
Yeah, what's the feeling there?
Feels like I'm incomplete, like something was stolen from me.
Is it possible for anything that is yours to be taken from you, in truth?
No.
Yeah, you were created whole and perfect, and that can't be changed by anything at any time. Do you feel that truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is this part of you feeling that loss, feeling that taken from? What does that part want to feel loved?
She wants to feel loved, and she wants to feel like she's safe and protected.
And where does your love and safety come from?
From God.
You claim your divine mother and father eternally with you to protect you and guide you.
Yeah.
Could you ever be without divine mother and father, loving you completely?
No.
So is anyone ever motherless or fatherless?
No.
No. Good. How does it feel to claim that eternal love and support? Yeah. How does that feel, Eurene? To claim that support, it feels good.
It feels much better. Yeah.
Yeah. Does this part feel complete, or is there anything else that it's wanting?
No, it does feel complete. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for healing that.
So something that has kind of just come into my awareness, and I'm not certain how it's played out in my life, but I have a sense of what the wording was that made me feel that way. But just the concept of children born out of rape situations feeling like mistakes, which is, I kind of feel like that's another layer of healing that kind of needs to happen. And for me, it played out in my mother saying to me the first time she had sex, she fell pregnant. And I was like, okay, well, you know, you made a choice. But yeah, like, so like that kind of just came into my reality of like, actually kids born out of those situations where on plantations or wherever, where their mothers were raped and things like that, just kind of carrying that energy of being a mistake. And so being apologetic and carrying the energy of apologizing for taking up space. It kind of feels like another layer of wounding at kind of the core in the collective space.
How does this feel to you?
So it feels messy. It feels kind of feels like an assault to my presence.
Can harm come to you?
No.
No, never.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
No, never. Harm can never come to you. When you go deeper into that messy feeling, what is underneath?
It's hurt. It's hurt, and the word that comes up is betrayal, but I don't know why.
What does that betrayed part need to feel at peace?
Just to realize that the feeling of being a mistake cannot possibly be true.
Yeah. Does God make mistakes?
No.
So, can the creation of God be a mistake? Can a child of God be a mistake?
No.
You want to hug that part of you that feels hurt. Give it all the love.
Yes.
Yeah, you can tell that part that it's okay, that there is no burden to bear. And God is always there.
That feels good.
Is there a deeper emotion there, or do you feel good?
It feels good. It's like just kind of, yeah, it just feels different. It feels complete. It's like like when you've done that kind of work and it feels unusual because you're not used to feeling that way. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel different bad. It feels different good.
Yeah, I feel it too. Good.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I wanted to share a comment Lacey made. She said, Granville, sometimes when I heal something, it feels like I'm missing something. But what it is the energy I used to put in to hold up the illusion has now been restored to me.
Mm. Yeah, that feels better. Yeah.
I think Yorene's claiming being a coach.
Uh-huh.
Well done. You all look brighter, by the way. It's like you can't, like I have the sense that I'm seeing things more clearly.
That's what happens as you heal and ascend. Yeah. It's like putting glasses on when you've been blind.
Mm.
Everything just comes into sharper focus.
No, it does feel like that. It just feels like, yeah, I can see you guys more clearly. You all look brighter.
Power of Ascension.
I feel that way about everyone here as we keep healing together. Like, yeah, I just feel God through everybody so much. Because we're moving forward on the energy of like a resolution. We're not just like spinning wheels and talking about problems. We're moving forward with peace and healing.
Well, this is something that Jeff and Shaleia really demonstrate, I think, in their work is, you know, they both grew up in very difficult home environments. It wasn't an issue of race for them. It was different issues they faced. But they used the mirror exercise and the power of this work to give
reclaim
themselves
their childhood.
Yeah. The energy of their childhood now is they received everything they ever wanted from Divine Mother and Divine Father, who's always with them. And it's amazing that we can, it gives a lot of hope for anyone in whatever situation they grew up in to have that peace.
Well, I feel super chilled, so I'm going to just check. How's everybody else feeling? Hello, how's everybody else feeling?
Yeah, so it's funny that everything happened the way that it did, because when that all happened and Dan had like said, like, Ray, I want to make sure, Granville feels complete here. I was like, man, this is a pattern I do. I run over the feminine, right? And it was really amazing to just like kind of like heal that for the masculine energy to just like sit and hold space for his woman, to just be present. And that's what like a divine masculine truly is, right? So like just thank you, Yoreen and Grenville for for just your healing in general. Like I heal just by being able to have the opportunity to be present with you.
Curious if Deji or
I
Kavita
know.
have any thoughts.
I know Deji.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you waiting for me to say something?
We're just checking in.
We just felt the nudge to like see if you had a piece of this today.
A piece. In regards to the divine masculine, not exactly.
How are you feeling right now? Like, what's
how am I feeling? How am I feeling?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm upset that I can't find an upset. Does that?
No, you don't. No, or like maybe if you did you have any like insight or anything you wanted to share about everything that's been healed today, or even in past discussions?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing particular. Just
checking in with you, seeing if you have a piece.
Well, in regards to the information we spoke about today, I can't really say that I have experienced that, only because, I have both parents in, my life. And however, in regards to, the past, I mean, my mother's side of the family is from the South. So, I've heard stories about, what's happened before in the early 1900s and things like that. But in regards to my own experience, I can't say that, yeah.
Well, that's valuable too, because I think sometimes people get the impression, actually, this is something I was able to heal being in this church in New Orleans I was a part of that was very racially diverse, and Cleto is a member. There were Black people from every walk of life and many leaders in the community. And, so like, there's also a notion that like Black people have a certain experience.
Must be struggling.
But that's not true. Like, there's a wide range of experience, and yours is valuable too, right? You grew up with both parents. So like there's all sides of the story to be heard here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else you want to share?
Or... No.
Good.
Actually, I have something that we could talk about. I mean, unless you want to stay on the struggle.
No.
No, I think Greg's gonna let that go for us.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what is everyone's feelings in regards to Jacob Blake?
Can you educate all of us a little bit more?
I just read it this morning, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe just give a little bit of background.
Backstory.
So pretty much, it was pretty much a Philando Castile situation all over again, but different details added. This man, Jacob Blake, African-American male, this happened in Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin. And at the scene, because there's actually video footage of this, there was, I guess it was a fight going on. I don't know. And he was breaking the fight up, and then cops came. And in the video clip, as he's walking away, there's a policeman, two policemen following behind him. One is pointing a gun at him. And as he's getting in his car with his kids in the back, 3 kids. The cop shot him 7 times. He's still alive though, thank God. So ain't no one taking anyone's father away from them today. So he's still alive, but
in a step in the right direction.
Exactly. But how does everyone feel about that?
Well, you know, that brought up within me some stuff in regards to why Black people are manifesting this situation with the cops. And so I actually had a situation like a year ago where like 15 cops showed up at my house, and it was this misunderstanding. And whenever I, at that time, was healing that, I realized that it reflected to me that I thought that I was a bad person. So how that relates to like why Black people are manifesting it is because I think there's a core belief that it's wrong to be Black. And like anytime I ever experienced racism, it was always because I was Black, not because I was white. So yeah, I know like it looks crazy on the outside, right? But like, you know, as we all know here with the mirror exercise, you always like reflect it back onto yourself. So when I had my cop situation, I was like, okay, this happened because I feel that I'm a bad person. And I was like really believing that. So that, I'm just saying like that's what all came up for me after I read that story, is I was trying to like really go into like how would, you know, people manifest a situation. Because at the end of the day, like, responsible for our reality. The way like we're gonna heal this is if we reflect it back onto ourselves, you know what I mean? So I don't know if anyone wants to like chime in with this, like.
Okay, so it's the first time that, can you hear me?
A little hard to hear you, yeah.
A little soft.
Can you hear me now?
Still low, but we can hear you.
Okay, I have no idea what's happening because the volume is quite, like it's right to the top for me. So I'm not sure.
We can still hear you. It's just quieter than usual.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
No, so like the topic that you brought up, Deji, I have no idea. It's like the first time I'm hearing about it. And like
It happened last night.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right. And yeah, even with what Anastasia just said, like inherently, I've never had the sense that I'm a bad person, but I've always had the sense that like I don't see myself. So it's no matter how tough I get, it seems like people always just accepted it. And then I was always surprised by the feedback I got when people would tell me I was intimidating or something like that, and I was like, what? Sorry, what do you mean? So yeah, I've had a like a counter experience, but again, I think I always just lived from the energy or rather you than me. So I'm gonna stand my ground. So I have never really felt that bad energy. Well, of that energy of being a bad person, but I was always surprised when I didn't get the feedback that I thought was appropriate to me.
Yeah, what I've come to realize too, like even if like you don't really see something within yourself, right? If there's any like, because I've been working through this too. Obviously, I brought it up earlier about feeling like I'm the bad guy, and like it's if there's any thought that like, oh well, I don't think I'm the bad guy, but so and so might think that I'm the bad guy. That's still believing that there's an open door that you could be the bad guy, right? And so yeah, you want to look at that open door and maybe give that a close. Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
Uh-oh. I think the other folks. This is what happened to you, Dan and Deanna, sometimes.
Yeah, we had some serious internet issues going on.
Yeah.
It was a big healing for us.
Yeah.
So, oh wow.
Internet is screwed.
Oh no. Okay.
Wait. Yeah.
Okay, what am I missing?
All right, we can see you now, and you're back.
Okay, they're back.
Okay.
Are they back? Okay.
Well, Greenville, do you want to just go ahead?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Well,
yeah.
yeah. So we'll keep moving forward with that healing. I think we're all back. So how are you feeling, Granville?
I have no idea what's happening. Like, I'm missing something.
Ray and Anastasia are just having internet issues, so they're gonna resolve it, and then we're gonna continue healing with you.
Okay. All right. I thought there was something wrong with my connection.
Oh no.
No, we hear you.
Okay. Well, now that we mention it, now that we're on the subject, actually, what kind of came into my awareness when we asked Deji the question, he said to me, I actually don't feel like I've had the same experience and things like that. There was a sense of disconnectedness.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that's not the energy that's playing out inside the skull right now.
Very astute.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of noticed like Deji felt like you weren't connected to the conversation.
Yeah, and it's not because you didn't have the same experience. It was that my experience was different, so I don't have something to say about it. But what the sense I got was there's kind of a feeling of disconnectedness, and I'm not sure if it's me just feeling disconnected from you or anybody else, but it's kind of played out in this internet connection right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be because I did grow up with both parents, but I still felt that hurt and went into the healing. So yeah, it was actually mirroring to a part of me, not like the complete my complete reality in this
You know
life.
what's crazy? Granville, now you're talking louder instead of talking low. Wow, interesting. Now we can actually hear
Okay,
you.
so there's clearly something to heal here.
I want to check in, Khalida, can we hear you? Because we were having issues with hearing Khalida before the call. I want to just see if we can hear Khalida.
Oh!
Some healing to do.
Still has some healing.
Okay. So who's it coming through?
Okay, well, since it came into my awareness, let's go with me.
So what's coming up right now?
I actually have a feeling of not being complete in this space because we're not really completely connected, all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. When like each of us agrees to like a collective healing, we have to like heal as a group in our relationships too. Yeah.
Yes, what's the feeling here, Granville?
I feel tightness all over my body.
Yeah, what's this tightness about?
I didn't trust my voice to speak up about the feeling of disconnectedness that I was picking up from the comment that Deji made.
How does it feel to share your true feelings? Speak your truth.
No, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good here.
No.
What is that feeling?
There's sadness there.
Yeah. It's safe to feel that sadness.
Yeah. And what is that sadness about?
Kind of feel like I let myself down by not raising it sooner.
Is it okay to learn and grow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this part of you want to feel loved here?
Just to know that my voice matters.
Yeah, does your voice matter?
Yes.
Do you see how powerful it was for you to bring this up for all of us?
Yes.
How does it feel to know that you're that powerful and your voice really matters? It's actually essential. How does that feel?
It feels good and it feels a little scary.
What feels scary?
Like, I'm afraid to drop the ball again.
What do you mean by that?
Like, it kind of feels like I dropped the ball by not raising the point sooner. So it feels good that my voice matters, but it's like, I feel like a little bit like I dropped the ball.
Can you forgive yourself?
Yeah. Did you ultimately choose to share your truth and speak up?
Yes.
Yeah, that's all that matters. And you did it on the call.
Yeah.
It could have happened hours from now, like in hindsight, but you're actually that mastered that you're able to bring it up for us right now.
Yeah. You
So
noticed it very quickly.
Can you honor yourself for your contribution today?
Yes.
You choose to trust yourself and always claim your truth, be in your truth, and share it.
Yes.
Beautiful. Now, how does this feel?
No, that feels good.
Is there anything else this part of you wants to feel loved here?
No, just to appreciate myself.
Yeah. Give yourself all the appreciation for showing up today, showing up with all of you.
Do you choose to always stay connected to yourself and your truth and to God within you?
Yes. Yeah.
Good work.
Awesome. Thank you.
Wow. That's powerful healing.
Well, it's true. Like these discussions, I think well, I'll just speak for myself, but I'm used to people like saying like, oh yeah, let's commit to healing something, or like this community is so different in the fact that we're literally actually coming together to heal. Like, and it's kind of, I think we're all readjusting to the fact that this is like, these aren't shallow connections, and we're not just here to hang out. It's very different from how I've experienced just any kind of thing like this before this community, like before knowing about this work. So it's just, yeah, it's amazing.
Well, that feels good. Feels complete there.
Good.
Yeah.
Curious if anyone else has any thoughts about that healing.
Yeah, it just reminded me of what I was, healing before all that stuff happened. I don't know, my internet's probably unstable again. But good? Okay. But yeah, like it's this feeling like that the masculine like overpowers or like silences the woman in some way, where she like feels
Yeah, do you see that everyone has power with God and that you can't silence another?
Amen. Yeah.
You don't have to censor yourself or feel bad about yourself for just being in your full power.
Yeah, everyone can show up with all of them. That's what I think we're healing today.
Yeah, definitely.
Does it feel like there's a part of you that feels like the masculine is a threat? Or presence?
It's like that, like the feminine energy is this nurturer, and the masculine is like this conqueror,
destructive.
Can you see that part of you that's kind of having that sense of the split in the energy?
Yeah.
What does that part of you feel like is sitting underneath that feeling?
Grief.
And what does that part of you need to feel loved right now?
Freedom.
Can you give him all the freedom that he needs? Knowing that in his freedom with God.
Yeah.
What else does he need right now?
Love. Unconditional love.
Can you give him all of the unconditional love that you need to give him, that he needs, and that is abundantly available in God?
Yeah.
Is there anything else sitting underneath there?
That feels a lot better.
Does it feel complete, or is there more to just consider?
There's probably more to consider.
And what is that more?
Yeah, it's like safety. It's like feeling safe in being masculine. That I cannot harm and I cannot receive harm.
Do you choose to accept that divine truth?
Yes, I do.
You just allow him to bathe in that divine truth. Is there anything else coming up there?
That feels really peaceful.
and empowering.
Wonderful. Do you want to invite him to come home? And welcome him home.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well done. How are you feeling now?
Good. I'm glad I didn't spiritually bypass that one anymore.
Awesome. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels really good.
Perfect. Well, I think our hour has come. I'm wondering if you feel complete in this space, or make any closing comments here. It's very deep healing today.
It's clear we have more work to do because
Yes.
Deji always has to go and isn't fully present. Kalita can't speak. So we have
Healing shall continue.
We'll continue the healing.
Yes.
We'll continue the healing. Today does feel complete though, but yes, I do believe, I agree with you that there's another layer of healing to the connectedness and the presence.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's good stuff. We're getting down to
Exactly. Maybe more healing. So, beautiful.
Awesome.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.
See you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.